Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Today, after so long time, I think it's some kind of 6, 7 months. I never came in my Anastasia's Art of Life page with the life, and today it's that day when I make decisions to come up again in our studio. And with me, it's today from Latvia, from my country where I'm born, writer Zana Nuts. Why we did today? Because over the COVID, we some kind of little bit step down. We do all the time events, is different kind of activities, but at the same time, we little bit disconnected with different kind of communities. And I'm member of Eurasia Creative Guild, where you can see the logo behind as a corporate member. And this week it's particular for communities, different cultural weeks under this project. And what can I be better to talk about that culture which I came from, which is Latvian? And what can be more interesting and the best way to represent that with our new fresh creative people, which is Zane Nats. And Zane, can you little bit introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. As Anastasia already mentioned, I am from Latvia. I live in Latvia, and I became a writer mm, not quite long ago. I started to write books, and this year was the year when I released them. I released my first two novels. Those Both of those novels are romantic ones. One is like a funny kind of book. This one, it's it's in Latvian language, at
And the
least for now.
moment,
At the
at
moment,
the moment.
we'll never know what will happen in the future. So if there will be any a need to translate, maybe it will. And the second one, it's called. I'm so ashamed to translate this uh, sentence, not
Goosebumps,
sentence,
goosebumps.
goosebumps, because it sounds so silly, but in Latvian it doesn't sound so silly. In Latvian it's a bit romantic, but in English, goosebumps, it's like a children horror book, something or that, but it's not. It's erotic, not erotic. It's a book about relationships, about a woman who is lost in herself, and how she's trying to find herself, or and she's lost in passion, and but everything comes out luckily. So, and this is how my life as a writer started, and this is how I met Anastasia, and she invited me at this live to introduce myself. So hello
Yeah.
everyone again.
Yes, Zane, and what is most important, I think, I love to people know as well in English language a little bit story how you start to write the books. Actually, because your story is quite interesting because you start this life in a completely different uh, side of the creative art. So, can you explain that a little bit? Do people understand what is all about? Why you became the writer? What was the emotional state, or what the reason behind?
So I am a lawyer. My education is as and I worked as a lawyer. So I when I wrote, it was very boring, like contracts and the laws and something. It was terrible. So, but I never thought I will be a writer, and I will write fiction. At least my life wasn't meant. I had no reason to think about myself as an artist, because I was very lawyer type of a people, kind of a people. I was very organized and uh, uh, how it's ambitious. I guess this is the word.
Yeah,
Uh, and I was very like a human man's type of woman. Like I can achieve everything, I can do everything myself, and etc. And so, but life happened, and in my huge career, I earned a lot of enough money. I achieved everything I dreamed of, and I had this feeling it's not enough. There's must be something else. There must be some bigger in life, not
purpose.
like just money and like yes, a bigger purpose. So it happened like a joke. I started to read the book 50 Shades of Grey. It's international, very famous book. Everybody, a lot of people knows it. It's not the best book in the world, but it's quite fascinating in some way. I'm not a big fan of it, but this book changed my life because I started to write a book myself. And what happened? I read this book, and I was this little ambitious girl who used to achieve everything she wants. And when I shut down this book, there was on the back cover was written, "This book is sold in 50 million copies or something." It means huge. I counted this, so how much did this writer earned? I googled it, and it turns out this writer wasn't even a writer in her basic life. She was some kind something else. This was her first book, and it's like mm, just lucky story. And I said as a joke to my husband, I can write this book as myself. And everybody can write something like that. It's not it's so easy. Like, and he was like, no, a lot of people can't write a book if everyone
Zane,
could.
I need to interrupt us because something enjoy our life.
Yes.
Hello, Marat.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello, Mara.
Marat. Can you a little bit explain what you are, quick, and why behind me is the picture of the Creative Guild and who you are yourself? Because I think that will be much quicker to explain yourself that I will try with the Zane. And as I understand, you have a limited time you can enjoy because you this week are so busy with the events which took place all over the weekdays.
Thank you, Anastasia, for inviting me to this interesting show. My name is Mark Marat Ahmedjanov. I'm a vice chairman of Eurasian Creative Guild, which is non-profit initiative established in 2015 with the main idea to unite and promote creative people from Eurasia. We've been very busy for last few years organizing literary festivals, organizing online events and offline events such as Top 25 Works of Eurasia, Open Eurasian Book Forum and Literary Festivals, Eurasian Film Festivals, and many other events. We unite over 1,800 creative people from 62 countries, both online and offline. And it's a great a pleasure for me to be with you today and ask you questions.
Oops. Marat, yeah, you disappeared a little bit.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah,
Yes.
now we hear you again.
Yes, we are very busy with fourth Eurasian Creative Week. We just started on the 1st of October with online exhibition of 25 artists from 7 countries. So it's everything available on eurasiancreativeguild.uk. We also will have several online chats, including one starting just in 40 minutes, dedicated to Russian fairy tales. We also will have open the Eurasian Voices online roadshow tomorrow, where everyone can join and share the poems and creative writing online. So if anyone is interested, please join us. It will be at Eurasian Creative Guild Zoom. I will hope that Anastasia will provide login details for everyone who is interested. On 5th of October, we have live event on High Street Kensington with a gala concert and a book launch. So if anyone brave enough to come to center of London to 143 High Street Kensington for gala event, please come. We also will have the presentation of 3 English writers' books we just published: Garrett Stump, Christopher Jones, and Nick Rowan. All books about former Soviet Union. So it will be also live online on 6th of October. So we are very busy with events, and you're all most welcome to join us. Once again, Eurasian Creative Guild is for every creative people, regardless of their nationality, age, and geographical location. It's a big kind of a brotherhood, because probably the most common explanation of what is the guild. It is a brotherhood where creative people help each other. Thank you, Anastasia, for inviting me. I know it's been very brief, but at least I was able to kind of explain who we are and what we are doing.
Yeah, and thank you. You find a little bit time to enjoy with us, and we just speak with Zane of her 2 books and how she became the writer, and she's in Latvia. Nevertheless, not many people know that I'm one of the this guild corporate member, and that's why I'm always so passionate to talk about Creative Guild. And I try as much as possible in this year where it's so difficult to attend any events, I still try to attend. And I was so surprised how Marathon organized as well film festival, which was took place actually last month in London, even was COVID 19 restrictions, and that was amazing event again. Can you a little bit explain as well how the guild, how the people which are in a guild, how they work together, and how to can find all the information about it?
Yes, we are membership organization. So to be part of the guild, you will need to register online and provide with all your information. So a small membership fee exists for individual members as £50 a year, and this membership give you access to all our live and offline events, and also to all the competitions we run during the year. We have several competitions, including a literary, poetry, and journalistic, illustration, and the film festival for film producers. We've got very active pages on social media, including Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, where we publish all events and news about upcoming and current events. So if you're interested, join one of our pages, especially Facebook probably will be the most active, where you can find about the all projects we've done, and you're most welcome to join of them. However, again, to be able to participate in our events, you will need to become a member.
Okay, and I want you a little bit tell me about this magazine too, because really interesting wise that it's in the second page. There is interview with me, and I all the time keep this so quiet, do not publicize, because I want have with you this conversation where we can talk about that, why particular you have this magazine and what this magazine representing.
Yeah, it's one of a project with Gilda. So we have our own magazine called OCA Magazine, published since 2009, the only magazine about Eurasia published in London. This spring, we decided to support the members of the guild and dedicate special issue to the most ambitious and most outstanding members of Eurasian Creative Guild. So we have chosen 40 members out of 1,800. We asked them to provide the answers for the questions with the photographs. It's been done. We received a great support from the members whom we approached. With a special editorial board, we selected the best interviews. We translated them where it was needed. We edited them, and we finally published a special edition OCA People dedicated to outstanding members of Eurasian Creative Guild, and it's been a great success. There was many medias around the world who highlighted it as kind of a Forbes
Yeah.
top 200. The Forbes have a special issues like top 200 businesses, top 200 politicians. It's not top 40 members, but it's selected outstanding members, which we highlighted through the special issue. And it's been very, very successful. Wherever I go, people do mention, people do know, people do
Yeah.
photograph it, and it really gets a lot of attention.
And it's so I need to admit the quality of the magazine is outstanding, because the paper, the quality of the coverings, the absolutely amazing. I'm really, thank you so much that you was chose me as well, and I'm one of the 40s which have interview in a magazine. Marat, because I know you are a little bit in a rush there, soon start another. What you see in a future as a creative Eurasia Creative Guild? What is your main goal, or main what you want to achieve?
The main idea is to build the culture bridges, which unfortunately were lost with the collapse of Soviet Union, where people, unfortunately, from different countries in Eurasia do not know much about the creative talent of the neighbors. I will be surprised if, for example, people in Belarus, which actually need to support a lot, do know a lot about Latvian or Lithuanian writers. And we're happy to arrange the cross meetings, both online and offline. And I'm not talking about Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, even in UK, we've got a very diversified community there. I live in Rugby, which have a big Latvian community, Moldavian community, but unfortunately they not really interact. And through events which we're planning to organize and which we're organizing in London, we bring together all these people to kind of interchange and understand each other, because through the cultural understanding we get a better life and a peace, which is probably the most important in the current world.
Yeah, because particularly in United Kingdom now, we a little bit not we exit already from Europe Union. There are some kind of signs of hate crime, misunderstanding of the cultures, and that's exactly what how I met you. Because did you remember last year in November I attend one of the EU introduction meetings here in Birmingham, because I start to organize these multicultural events. But that's where it's my question now is, in a creative guild, we will talk now about more movies and books. My question will be that are you planning as well do something more like dancing, singing, or another art forms, or you want to still get in a classic creative side where it's only book writers or movies, or you will in the future, would you like as well a little bit expand this?
Yes, we are expanding. It all depends on the initiative we receive from the members. So if a member comes with an idea, let's do a dance event or let's do a music event, we're happy to do it. It depends how many members will be interested, because again, we're a membership organization. If 20 members comes and say, let's do a special competition online or offline or a forum or a festival, we're always happy to support as long as there's a need. What we do, we kind of fill the gap where is the need. For
Mm,
example, we're planning to have an open air music festival in Kazakhstan next September, because there's an initiative also from the new corporate member called Creative Kazakhstan to do the first ever open air music festival. They've never been in Kazakhstan. Also, with the dance festival, we have an initiative from Belarus by Bill Brand to do the first ever Eurasian dance festival. And we're open to organize anything in UK, because it's where our base, where we have over 60 members and where the guild was created. So, for example, we discussed a possible joint event in Birmingham or other territories. We've got few members in Edinburgh, which also comes with initiative to do a small film festivals for Scotland. So plenty of ideas. We're happy to support them as long as there is a need.
Okay, thank you, Marat. Zana, maybe you have some question to Marat as well until before his quick disappear because I know he is so busy today.
No, actually, I can't think of any. It's too many information for me. I'm very new of all of this, so it was very interesting to hear your talk,
Yeah.
and so I have to think a lot of things, and I have to follow more to guilds events and something.
I
Thank
hope
you,
that
Marit.
Zan will join us at our events in London, or we're also planning a festival in Madrid, or maybe one day we'll come to Riga or Vilnius, where also will be close for you to join. I come actually to Riga and Vilnius quite often, and we didn't have any events yet, but why not? Why not organize something for the Baltic countries?
Yes, I will
Maybe
definitely.
Zana will be that person which will start organize there. Why not? We
Yeah.
never know. Because she's in Latvia actually. It's
Yes,
not. Yeah,
I'm in
she living in
Latvia.
Latvia.
Hmm.
Did we have someone which living in Latvia in a guild at the moment as a member, or you're not really aware about it?
Yes, we do have two active members in Riga.
Okay.
And one of them is actually on the OCA magazine, an issue you've got in your hands.
Yes, I have, yeah, I have that, yeah. So definitely I will send the Zana the PDF format of the magazine. Maybe she will go through it and maybe she can connect with it and organize in Riga something and invite you there.
Yeah. I've been in Riga last December, and hopefully I will come this year. Depends on
COVID.
COVID travel restriction, because I've been in Riga at least 6 or 7 times, and I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, the Riga it is interesting city.
Yeah.
Zana.
No, you must have the Cesis. I'm from Cesis, and it's very beautiful, small city. It's called. It's one of the cultural capital cities
Yeah.
in. I guess it was even in Europe once it one
Euro,
of.
yeah.
Yes, so
Okay, I
you have
never
to
been
come
there,
to
but
mine
yeah,
to visit
yeah,
me.
yeah,
I will
pleasure.
show you Cesis.
Agreed. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you very much. Yes, I unfortunately I will have to leave because I will have another event starting in 15 minutes. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Marat. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time here. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye. So the Marat left.
Okay.
So
So
he's now staying. So Zane, I really apologize. That was some kind of really quick. We need to try to catch up as much as information possible about what Marat do, and why the Eurasia Creative Guild is so great place for everyone. So for this reason. It's absolutely crucial that we will start talk about why you became the writer and was a little bit introduction, but now I love to come back to that, and I want to you give the story insights why after that book 50 Shades of Grey so change your life and how you start feel that this is right thing to do to start write these beautiful books, because one of the books I was and I'm the person which read only scientific books. I'm not the person which read faction books. And interesting was uh, I start you first book and I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop myself, stop reading. Was so interesting, so little bit ironic, little bit funny, the same time so easy to read because in the last 15 years I'm read only English language. For me it's challenging even read in a Latvian language. And yes, and I want to you a little bit say about that because we have as well limited time because I think you have your busy day in Latvia as well.
Mm-hmm. So, long story short, which I was started to say, I started to write a book as a joke, just to prove my husband that everyone can write a book, and it turns out I truly can write a book. I just didn't like what I wrote. It was very easy to copy a books I read Fifty Shades of Grey and to make a similar characters and write some stuff and then I discovered that I love this process of writing, but I don't want to write just to prove something. I want to write for fun and for joy, and I just want to write because I like it. And that was I quit prove to my husband my point, but I started to write totally different reasons. And I started to hate my job. I started to hate being a lawyer, and I couldn't stop writing. I wrote so many books. I just published two of them, but I write really many books even at one time. Like for now, I'm writing three different books at the same time. I write one, then I two, and I live through myself like some six characters at least. So it's became my life, and of course I can't mix writing and do other things. I just became some weird artists who live totally different, and my life started to change. I don't follow time anymore. Like I missed this life as well. Anastasia remembered me, and I was like, oh my god, I know I promised, and I was so lost. So this is my life. 8 years have passed from moment when I said as a joke I can write a book, and till now when writing is my life. Of course, I write different kind of books. I don't write 50 Shades of Grey type of books. My characters are, I guess, more funny, comic ones. I don't
I
write
don't
kind of
think it's
serious.
comic. I think your characters have the sarcastic but really clever way how to bring life from other side. So, particularly your first book, which was Iron He Short, which is that book. No, where is it? Where is the book? The characters, it's amazing. The lady, the young girl, which it's so inspired by her grandmother's knowledge of positive life way living. And suddenly, not suddenly, the grandmother passed away, and this young lady promised herself to go through this positive life living and approaching. And that day when the grandmother passed away, she met the doctor, who's actually it's completely some ways lost as a some kind of in career, that so everything it's in career, everything need to be so perfect, how everyone want to see. And she are absolutely autistic and so I can say sarcastic time to time. The conversations was so funny, where in a one situation they became so close that they can have some kind of intimacy, and suddenly he says, sorry, I cannot have an intimacy with my patient, because you just fall over and your ankle now it's not well. So it's some kind of to have the test of the book, which was so great to see and hear. Nevertheless, Zane, I need to say to you a big thank you, because this again give me back the willing to go back to books. And I think it's one of the main thing. But we have a couple days ago in a Latvian website portal have a conversation about your books, which I turned the conversation that we need to make the short movies, or are you can see you books as a movies, and how you think about that? And that is really important because you as a writer, you're writing the books, but did you can see the book became the movie? If so, there is many terms and conditions. There are people, writers, which say, oh, that's fine, I don't care. There is writers which say, no, my book can be only in a book side. There are writers which say, okay, take decision if you want to. So what is you, how you see, and if you write the books, are there you think already that can be as a movie as well, or as a small, some kind of video about with the thematics?
I am the one. I am the kind of writer who says, "Take my books, take my story, and do whatever you want." Because for me, all kind of artistic expressions still are art, and if someone sees my stories as a movie, so go ahead, make a movie. If someone sees my stories as a animation, go ahead, make an animation. If you see whatever you see, you can do. I'm so grateful that I could inspire someone to do something artistic or whatever uh, kind of way. But
Creative
because
way, yeah.
yes, but because in every for me, as you make a movie, it's your movie, it's not mine movies. It's how you saw something that I started to create. I created the characters, but you made them like live. You made them visual or something, because I don't see when I read anything. I can't visualize it. It's not even about my books. It's a lot a different kind of writer books as well. I can't. This is not my strength. I can't visualize things. So if someone can, go ahead. It's you can tell your story my story as you see it. So but myself, it's not. I can't imagine how can make a qualitative movie or something from my stories. I can see some interesting moments, at least from this second book, this Goosebump book.
Yeah.
There is some moments where I can see, like, for example, the main character. He's always walking around naked. He's all the time he's naked, and he. I don't know how it's in Latvia. I will say in Latvian. Maybe Anastasia can translate. Skaldīt malku. Skalda malku.
Yes, that's the. I think I even cannot translate because uh, we know this only in Latvia, and I never saw this in the United Kingdom. So,
Chop
because I
woods.
didn't, the woods,
Woods. And you chop
chopping
it.
the woods. I think that's the right way to explain how to chop the woods.
Yeah, and like this moment when the naked man chops the woods, and the woman is watching him and thinking about this process, and then she found something very funny in that, and they start conversation, and he's like, "Are you not afraid of?" Again, I don't know how to translate in English, and he gives him some point of view where he's like, he was so confident about his nakedness, and after this dialogue he's like put his pants on, and he was like, okay, you scared me, and like something, and I can see those moments in a in a book, in a
Actually,
movie.
talk about that, and I actually see the picture. And that's what I said to you when we have the conversation about your first book. I say you need to do the short movie, and you say why I cannot see it. When I read you books, and again, this is my ability. I'm really visual and auditory as well. I not only see, but I hear the noise. Sometimes I even can have a sense of smell so deep. And when I read the new book and the way how uh, the two characters met in the first time in a corridor, in a staircase, in a hospital, I actually felt the smell of the hospital because I know exactly which hospital you some kind of want to represent. And my felt was I'm in the staircase, not only see this as a reality, but I even fell through it. So, and I think this is really funny you said that if someone from you creative art make more creative art, you are only happy for it. You don't have this ownership, it's mine and you need to do only as I want. That you actually inspire another, and your life story inspire many things and many people, I think, who's actually maybe, hey, Aija Luočmele, this is Latvian lady, she living in United Kingdom. Hello, Aija. um, and this is a great approach in the world, and particularly this week where it's cultural week by the creative Eurasian Creative Guild, and just Marvat was spoke about that. That is how we inspired each other. That's how we gave people inspiration to do something. And your books, trust me, they are inspiring. They are inspiring. Um, Zane, I think we have everyone things to do this. I don't know in Latvia which kind of weather we have it here.
Great.
Really gray, really wet, unpleasant weekend. But our conversation make me really pleasant day. You really make me
Can't show
day,
much.
and Marat too. So I want to one more time explain the people that this week from 1st to 5th October, it's Eurasia's Creative Guild Cultural Week. And we have this first conversation with Zanena, which living in Latvia, and it's Latvian writer. And this event, it's part of it, not event, the life, to introduce Latvian new writers to inspire another write. Actually, there is one thing what we forget, Zana, talk about that, about your covers, because you mentioned one thing that for you, why you did the covers particular that way. Uh, and I want you to explain that, because this is another greatest example how you help each other, how in collaboration we can achieve much more. So, Zane, here on this book you have a beautiful art, so beautiful eye, and it's really nice designed book. Can you tell me about it? How you make the covers and what is your decision of the covers?
At first, I didn't make my covers. Those made a friend of mine, and she was very talented artist. She draws, and I know her from school, but she don't work as an artist. And when I needed the cover of the book, I wanted to be drawn, because I don't know, I was just obsessed of idea that the book only about the letters, but it's only about this cover, and the cover itself must be a piece of art. So as I don't know how to draw, I am terrible at it. I am not good at taking pictures or something, so I don't have, and I didn't have a lot of money to pay some I don't know, huge named artist. So I called my friend. I haven't met her for 10 years, and I said, I remember you draw at school. Do you draw? Do you still draw? Are you good at it? She is not. I'm not good at it, but I can draw something. And I said, I need a cover. I don't have any much time. I have to give book to start to print, and I was, please draw me something, at least whatever it is, but I want it to be drawn. So she quickly read my books. Those books are very short, so she's huge fan of books. So she's read it in one evening, and she was obsessed. She was so obsessed of those books. She draw even the second book and this one as well. And there is a lot of pictures in it. Like at least here is this naked guy who chops wood. It's not a guy, but it's a house where they are
Yeah.
living, and and a lot of other pictures. So it happened. This book happened not being about letters, but being about art as well. So I let her do her job. I don't even ask her how does it looks, what will you draw. I just said, do your job, do it with love, and do while you enjoy it, and I'll trust you. So she did, and I truly love this. We are changing font. We're not fan of this part of the book, but I love this picture. I love this eye.
Yeah, that
It's
is
amazing, and
beautiful.
as well I love the colors and idea of this. No, if you have read, this book is about nakedness and about prejudices, all kind of, and so this naked woman is very great. It's not erotic kind of, but it's artistic kind of nakedness. So I'm truly loved it, because while this woman draw my books, she found a passion about this art, because she was like, I'm not an artist, I can't write, why draw, why should I do it in my life. And she was becoming some of office worker, so she spends his life from 8 to 5, and she hates it. So as well I hated to be a lawyer. But when then she started to draw, and now she even draw whole I don't know, it's how it's
Canvases.
izstāde,
Oh, the
invāze,
exhibitions. She make
extra
big
big.
exhibitions, yeah, with
Yes,
her jobs. Look it
yes,
up. So absolutely amazing.
yes, it is, and that is why I trust everyone who I just give stories. Whatever you do with my stories, it's your way of express. This is why I love that there is a lot of movies which are made from one book, but in different kinds of ways, like Pride and Prejudice. It's filmed not in one movie. I guess it's more than one movies.
Mm.
Well, maybe it was the different Jane Sayers book, but yes, there it's so many ways how can you express
Reproduce,
some story.
reproduce that
Yeah,
your books, yeah.
and so yes, that's about me.
Okay, so Zane, as we said today, we do not go in a really long lives, but um, did you see your books as well, time to time, soon? Sometimes soon, actually, be in English language.
It's all about it's question about will the readers like it, and will I have money for it. So yes, I would like to have it in English, because I like English language so much. I don't know why I'm kind of obsessed with. I'm not
Actually,
good
yeah,
at
I
it,
want to give you
but
a big compliment. You have a really good English. I'm quite surprised because we all the time communicate with you in Latvian language. So um, you have really correct English language, which I do not have. For the reason because I never have a time to learn English language, where I believe so you study English. So
it's it's weird to have this compliment, because I feel myself as terrible in English. I am terrible, so I'm most.
No, no, no. English language is about the communication, and you clearly can really nice communicate. So, and I can say your English is better than mine in a grammatic way. In a grammatic way, definitely.
Thank
So,
you.
absolutely, Zane, I want to ask you: are you love to time came come in a Anastasia's Art of Life portal and talk about different kind of topics? Because I think that will be the way how you understand. There are English speaking people which want to know more about you and what you do, or maybe you can even give some tips and some trades how to get from job which you hate to place where you are now and you enjoy your life. Maybe that will be for you as well one of the things which you can now think about it. Did our viewers can expect see you soon back as well in Anastasia's Art of Life, not only in a Latvian portal Aka Noteikumi, what you do there. It's each month you have a book club, which is amazing. So what do you think about that?
If there's anyone who wants to listen, I can talk. So
You
why
see,
not?
I think internet in Facebook and all these lives is amazing opportunities. Even if someone do not listen now, there will be always someone who can listen you later. Because this all have in a history. This is not something which going which going some kind of away. Here we have a one viewer who is from Latvia and it make for you the question, Zane, which is cik valodās tu proti runāt, Zane? How many languages, Zane, you talking? How many languages you know? That was from Lauris, who's living in Latvia. He's one to. I think he is quite surprised as well that you speak fluently English.
No, till this day I wasn't. I didn't think I speak fluently in English. So, if he would ask me how many languages do I speak, I would say just one, Latvian. But okay, Anastasia already complimented me about my English, so I would say two at least. I know Russian quite well, but I read terribly. My pronunciation is so awful that most people who hear me speaking in Russia, they start to laugh. They're Russian people are very polite. They're like, okay, you do it fine. I can understand, and they try to mix English and Russian. But Latvian Russians, they are or Latvians, they are like, oh my god, stop doing that. They always come start to speak in Latvian because it's terrible. But I understand Russian. I just speak terribly. A little bit I understand French and Germany, but that's just when I travel somewhere. Maybe I can ask something, but
Basic.
not even not a basic, but some very. If I go to hospital, maybe I can explain them. I'm very hurt or something.
All right. So yeah. That's the great because I think this is the beauty of the internet as well. That it's not about who's watching us now. It's the opportunities people can see and hear again. If they don't have a time now, they can later on wash the dishes and listen again. So I love to invite you more often in Anastasia's Art of Life and get some kind of different kind of topics in our lives because your life approach, as I know you a little bit behind the screen as well. I love that. I love that courage on yours, which uh, give absolutely prove that actually when you do what you love, that's always it's achievable. And when you do something what people expect, you burn yourself down. And I love to stop with this conversation, this hour live, to people think about it. They please contact us. And Zane, I really love to see you sometime soon. We will make decisions when, sometime soon, in Anastasia Start of Life portal as well. All right. And maybe soon we will have a short movie from your books.
Okay, let's hope so. Okay, I will wait some invitation from you. Okay, bye.
Oh, yes.
Thank you everyone who listened, and bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.